What up, folks? Welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys. Today, the world lost a great cinematic icon, the original Godzilla himself, and many other Godzillas down the line. The great Haruo Nakajima. He was 88 years old, and he was a hero to a lot of us. Like growing up. A lot of people claim a lot of things are heroes, but I know there's a huge chunk of us that say that Godzilla is our hero. And it's because of Mr. Nakajima that we really got to know Godzilla. Like, the way he moved, the way he acted was one of a kind. And it's really, really sad to hear of his passing this morning. On my Facebook page, I posted something earlier. It was the NECA Godzilla 54 and the SH Monsterarts 54, which actually, I don't know if you move my chair. They're still back there on my review desk, hugging each other. I kind of don't want to move them right now. Probably won't for the rest of the day as tribute. So I got to do a little tribute on my Facebook page, but I wanted to do something here because, Mr. Nakajima really meant a lot to a lot of us. And honestly, if it wasn't for, him as well as, many others that came together to create the original Godzilla, like, we wouldn't have a lot of the great toys that we have today that are based on those. So it really does tie back to everything because, in the end, like, the thing for me that brought me back into collecting back in 2013 after a long hiatus was the SH Monsterarts line. And, the first piece I bought was this guy right here, the 1964 Godzilla here. And as you can see right here, and this is cool, I'm getting to show this off here on camera, is Mr. Nakajima's autograph. I got to meet him in 2015. It was a dream come true, and it was pretty cool. My son had a chance encounter with him, and that was really cool. That my wife captured on video. I was online to meet him, so I didn't see it. So on his way in, he met up with my son, and that was really sweet. There's video up on Facebook on my personal page of it. But it was pretty cool, and I'm glad I got this signed because it was my first piece in the line, and it's what started me on this, collecting journey that's led to Ultrazilla Toys. So, I have, besides personal thing, I have a lot to thank him for this. Like, honestly, it might sound weird to you guys, but it all comes together, it's all interconnected. And yes, I'm wearing a Godzilla shirt. It's not one of his pieces, but, I felt like, I don't think I have a 54 or any of his S shirts, so, it was clean. I wanted to wear a Godzilla shirt today. It felt fitting. But what I'm here to do here is, like I said, I have a little tribute on my Facebook page, and I'm 4 minutes into this already, but this is not a normal video. I'm not monetizing this video at all either, so this is just a personal tribute to Mr. Nakajima. What I would like to do is do a little review of this Godzilla 64, front facing here, retro review style. I guess I'll call this a retro review because it's a figure I've had in my collection. It's, again, the one that's restarted it all for me. So kind of cool to get to do this here. And this is like, I am a video reviewer, so I can't think of a better tribute than to review a figure in his honor, a figure that I got signed by him, the box of, and yeah, man. and it's a really nice box. You know, let's take a look at this really quick before we get into the figure. I think it's one of the nicer boxes, and it's really cool one to get signed. I love the, you know, this like green that's all around him. Very nicely done. I love how Godzilla's written on this side. Pretty awesome. You know, the old school Monsterarts way to do the sides there. Godzilla up top, a little shot there. And then right here you have the product shots. Really well put together though. I really like the way this is nicely done in these like kind of panels. It's really, really cool. So onto the figure. And here we go. So take a look at him again. So it's a pretty nice sculpt. I really do dig it. The knock on this guy was that he was a little small. Everybody was surprised because this was the first Showa series Godzilla in the line, and they made it small, and it was kind of shocking. But I dig it. You know, I don't mind. Scale doesn't really mean much to me. So having this guy like this, you know, is pretty fine to me. And the sculpt is right. It looks like the 64 with the, you know, the crazy eyebrows. You know, block my face, look at him. Focus camera. But, yeah, he's having a hard time focusing the camera. But there you go. Sculpt is good. I like the spines on this one. Very nice. It's a good shape. I like the stance, you know, like he's got a nice wide stance, and that's very cool. Really well done. I just like how his arms just kind of, you know, hang there, but kind of in this like cool little battle pose. You know, it's a nice one. His mouth looks good. Head looks cool. So yeah, sculpt wise is good. The paint on this guy is pretty nice. Alright, let's look at the mouth again. Mouth looking good. I like, you know, how it's painted down the center here and on his knees. Little lighter areas. Kind of breaks up all the dark gray there. You know, his nails, fingernails aren't bad. Same with his toes, not so bad. Pretty well done, I'd say. Again, the spines look good, up and down. So, pretty cool in those regards. Nothing really wrong. His eyes are a little weird, but you know, it's fine. Like, I mean, posing it one way or another, it doesn't look so bad. So, yeah. I'm gonna kind of get to the side here. Give him some more space. So, not bad. Articulation on this one. You know, you got, well, let's start at the jaw. You got jaw articulation, which is cool. You got some head articulation there. And neck has one joint and two joints, so that's good. It is an SH Monsterarts. It's going to be awesome. You got shoulder joints here that are really tight on mine. And then you got a double jointed elbow there that's nicely covered up by this middle piece here. Again, this is one of the things I love about Monsterarts. They cover up most of the joints very well. You got a little swivel there and a hinge at the, I believe there's a hinge, yeah, feels like there, at the hands. You got ab crunch there for good movement. Now this one has an interesting thing going on, which does create kind of a gap, which is always like, you know, what people don't like. Right in the middle here, and if you can see, it's got a piece here, right in the middle. It's very odd the way they did this one. in those terms, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely not, you know, hey, I took him apart. So, let me see if I could pop him back easy. Yep, nice and easy. You got, you know, but you got a lot of movement here. So it does go in. I got a little darker here, didn't I? Here we go. Got a lot of movement right there. So you get this really high thigh movement, and then a regular one here, like high hip, I should say, and then a regular like hip socket there. It's pretty cool. And then you got the knee there, very squeaky. Same as the elbow, pretty much, with the piece in the middle there covering it up. The foot has some wiggle there, and then you got a toe hinge. Tail has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 separate pieces. That's crazy. It's not the hugest tail, but it's got a lot going on in it. So, and there you go. There's this really cool 64. You know, from Godzilla versus the Thing. I dig it. It's a nice figure. Nice to get a chance to look at. You know, the first figure that really kicked us off again for me in 2013. So, you know, then I went back and got all the pieces I was missing from SH Monsterarts and continued with that. And then I jumped into Ultra Act, and then I jumped into, oh my god, everything else, I guess. Like, so, and that brings us to today. So, really glad to have done this guy here. A little retro styled review, front facing, but I got to talk about Mr. Nakajima a little bit, which is what I wanted to do, which is the point here. So really cool to have done this. I'm not going to do any size comparisons here. This is just a special thing. So alright guys, that's all I got. Again, thank you, Mr. Nakajima. Rest in peace, sir.